It's
It's from the
concerning.
show.
Is that from a scene on the show?
Yeah, look at his legs. His legs are underneath there on the chair, tucked in. You can see his like little green feet. They got like for the green
I don't know
screen.
if I've seen this episode.
Oh, I still don't like this. It's freaking me out.
That's how Todd sits.
That's how I sit.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into it. Fuck Drake. Welcome everyone to the Past Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we talk about Danny DeVito's green screen legs. Either way, we have a new episode for you. We didn't talk about that each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden, and joining me on this lovely Friday evening is the anime senpai himself. Some might call him Martini Mike. Michael Lazier. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
I was gonna look up Drake albums so I can say like, oh, this Drake album, no skips. But
I don't know, Mike. The fact
my keyboard's on all over here. It was too much work.
The fact that you don't have one off the rip might make me think. No, he doesn't have no skips. He might not have no skips.
The point was that I was doing a bit that I couldn't follow through on.
No, I know your bit. But even the fact that you couldn't name a Drake album, can you name a Kendrick album right now?
Good Kid, Mad City. I
Classic.
know that album because I bought that album. I didn't buy any Drake albums.
When we were talking about fucking classic album, that's a fucking.
That's a no skip.
Isn't the Drake album where he's sitting on top of the tower called Views?
I think so. Yeah,
that sounds right. That sounds right. But I didn't buy that album. I'm not saying I'm not definitively saying any of his albums are like bad or good. I'm just saying that I do not know the names of the albums.
Because they're all good.
Okay, that's fair.
There are Drake songs that I like. I don't know if there are like Drake albums that I would put anywhere near my top like personal albums. That's not to say he doesn't have that for other people. I'm sure. I think the common one people would say would probably be Take Care, which I do like a lot of music off that album. It actually has Kendrick on it. But otherwise, like if I had to pick my favorite Drake album, like as a whole project, it would probably be Take Care, I guess. I don't really like a lot of current Drake albums. I think they all sound very similar. They have a very similar sound to like the flows, the beats. Anyways, also joining us tonight is the fucking Fortnite father himself, Mr. Happy Dad, Todd Gary. Todd, how you doing?
What a time to be alive.
Oh yeah? You really living for this beef? You living for this beef?
Honestly, never mind.
Oh, he's crushing it right now.
Todd, what's your favorite Drake album?
I don't. I just looked them up because I don't fucking know a single one. I was like, Google, quick.
All right, hold on. But now I need to know. Can you name a second Kendrick album?
Yeah, what do you mean? To Pimp a Butterfly is like
Okay.
another
All right.
classic. It's like
There
so
you
that's
go. Okay.
two. He has two classics as far as I go. And
Hold on, wait. Don't hold on, wait.
No,
Save it.
I'm
No,
not
save
taking
it.
that back.
Save it.
Okay.
I know what you're gonna say. I'll let you say it in a second. Rounding us out tonight, of course, is the Disney daddy himself, Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing?
I'm here.
Can you name a third Kendrick album?
No, I can't.
Can you name another Drake album other than Views and Take Care?
Yeah, I was trying to remember what the name of the album where it's
Certified
all
Lover Boy.
the baby mama. Yeah,
Certified
Lover Boy, yes.
Certified Lover Boy. Yeah, that's what it is.
His first album, I think, is called Thank Me Later. And then there's the one with the blue sky, and it's like his side profile. I forget what the name of that album is.
I don't know what that's called.
Hold on, I get them all up here.
It goes Thank Me Later, Take Care.
Nothing.
I'm pretty sure the third one. Oh, Nothing Was the Same? Is that what you just said? I don't know if
the side view.
That's the side view. And then there's probably like multiple things before you
I
get
feel
to
like
Certified
whenever I
Lover
see
Boy.
people bring up Drake, they always say Take Care is his best album.
I think that's probably accurate. I don't know if I would call any of his other albums
Just going back to Kendrick.
you were gonna say Damns.
Damns, yeah. And people don't like that album. I don't know. It's fucking wild to me.
People are crazy. His music is gonna come back around for people who didn't like it. Like,
what's weird to me about that album is because that album scratches the itch that everyone bitches about with Kendrick. Is that like it's more like party club music, and it's like fucking a cohesive 10 songs, and it's like not overlong, and it's weird to me that people didn't fucking like that.
There's like crazy depth on that album though, because I actually
No, there is, but it's like it's a club out. You could play that in a club. Like I feel like some of Kendrick's stuff.
100%. You 100% could. Yeah. I mean, they all have deep messaging, but it's still like Humble and DNA and Element and probably the song with Rihanna. What the fuck is that song called? I don't remember.
Oh, Love the Way You Lie.
Yes. Wrong goat, but close enough. Yeah, I think Dom was right. It's all marketing scheme, this whole beef, because it's been making me listen to all of Kendrick's albums now. So now I got all his albums back in my rotation. So I've been listening to Damn a lot, actually, because I think that is like a fucking criminally underrated Kendrick album.
I don't get the hate on that album. I just don't get it.
I don't get the hate on his last album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I mean,
I get that hate because it's like complex. It's like people want this like easy listening most of the time, and I get why people like have gripes. But like Damn is like it's fun as hell, and it's just fucking it's good. It's fucking
I don't know. Like I feel like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers like kind of goes back and forth as his favorite album for me. I still think Good Kid, Mad City is like usually my favorite album from him, but I feel like I don't know. At first when it came out, I liked it so much that I had to like pause those thoughts because I was like this is recency bias. Like it's out and I'm loving it. Whatever. But I mean that's been like 2 years now, I think, and was finding itself into my rotation constantly still no matter what, but now with all this shit going on I'm like on a Kendrick fucking just listening spree. It's great. It's good times. But enough about that. That's not why we're here tonight. We're here tonight to talk about a little movie that some might say is also one of the GOATs, Ghost in the Shell. And no, this is not 2017's. This is 1995's the original anime based off of. You know what? I'll say at this point, I'll say loosely based off of the manga.
Look at this guy. He reads one illustrated book and he's like, well, the manga was better.
I did not say that. Actually, I have not finished the manga yet, but I will say this. They are in so many ways the same thing, but also in so many ways different. And I think it's for a lot of different reasons, but because I didn't finish it, I'm not going to like talk too heavily about that because it could just be wrong. It might just be based more on the later half, like the back half. I'm at the midway point. I stopped in the middle. I just couldn't finish it in time. I really wanted to try to bang it out before this, just to see that interesting difference. But yeah, Ghost in the Shell. Before we get into that, that's the PTC Movie Club pick for April, which we are a little bit late on putting out. So sorry if you're just listening now or tuning in live. It is May. So whoops. But before we get into that and spoil that and talk about all those things that you don't want to hear, Todd's shaking his head because he's not ready to reveal his movie pick yet. So Todd will reveal his movie pick for May
right when we are done.
At the end of the episode. We were all going to forget. So I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry in advance.
It's my movie. I've been stressing out about this all day, so don't worry. We will not forget.
Todd has a list of 14 movies in front of him, so he's going to throughout the episode be crossing it off.
We're down to 10 right now. We did 10.
10. Okay, so Todd's gonna cross through 9 more movies before this hour's up. So
I'm gonna let you guys pick.
I'm actually gonna on my post-it note here. I'm gonna write Todd's pick so I don't forget because
I won't forget.
I'm 100% gonna forget. You were supposed to reveal it last week and you forgot, and then all of a sudden
wait. Oh, I wasn't ready last week. I didn't know I was supposed to reveal it last week. I feel like we reveal it the day we watched the movie.
Dom literally had the conversation. I'm pretty sure on the podcast saying, shouldn't we give Todd's movie today so people get a full month to watch the movie?
Yo, and to go back, fuck the people, man. You know what? Like this
people
shit. This Kendrick Drake beef's got fucking Todd and Mike
all riled up.
So Todd will reveal that movie at the end of this episode. So stick around if you want to know what the movie pick for May is, or fucking don't. I don't know what to tell you. I guess if you haven't watched Ghost in the Shell and you can't listen to this yet, though, and you can't hear Todd's movie pick, just scroll to like the last, I don't know, scroll until you get to the game that we play at the end, and then it'll be around there somewhere. So
I'll do it before the game. I'll
In
you
a
go.
perfect
I'll-
world,
There you
we would have show notes, and you could just look at that. We don't have those.
We don't have show notes. We don't have timestamps. Maybe that's in the future when I want to do that. Is there an easy way to do that? Like, is there a thing we can do to do that easily?
I mean, again, these are kind of things
It's
that I
necessary.
could potentially help out with and like look it up. I'm not going to.
Okay.
But-
okay. Maybe that's a thing we revisit. I'll write that in my notes too to look at that. I guess. Hold on. Do any of you that listen to podcasts, do you actually go look at the show notes or like look at the timestamps to find shit?
No, but most of the
I
shows I
just forward it
listen
myself. Like it's like
to, with the exception, yeah, for the most part, I typically watch or listen to my podcast just all the way through. Only when there's an instance like I'm watching a show, I'm like, oh, I know I need to skip this part. Like there's a podcast I listened to, and they were gonna spoil some show I was watching, and they had timestamps, so I skipped that part.
Guys, I just want to update.
Me-
We're down to 7 movies now.
Oh hell yeah!
Filtering out.
Oh,
Maybe it makes sense then to just like, I don't know, start putting timestamps in the show notes for like if we actually talk about something that we are trying to like talk about openly spoilery, and then like people can skip that way.
Or we should probably do a timestamp for the game, because I feel like in the past the game is the last half hour of the show.
Yeah, maybe. I don't fucking know. What am I, a doctor? Anyways, we had a great show for you tonight. We're going to talk about Ghost in the Shell 1995. But before we do that, a couple of quick housekeeping things. I don't know. Go on the website, passthecontroller.io, read our shit, look at the video game cocktails. If you listen to this in audio only, a friendly reminder that we record the show live every week at twitch.tv/passcontroller. And if you can't catch it live, no worries. We also put those videos up over on YouTube. So just search Pass the Controller Podcast on YouTube. You will find us. And if you enjoy the show, take a quick second to leave us a 5-star review. It's super beneficial. It's very helpful in helping us grow the show and getting more people listening to the show. So if you like the show, that is probably the most beneficial thing you can do to support us. So please go take a few seconds, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to the show. Subscribe to us on wherever you listen to us if you don't have that already added to your list, YouTube, all those lovely things. So we appreciate you. But let's just get right into it. So Ghost in the Shell, last chance. If you haven't watched the movie yet, this is your chance to back out. From here on out, we're going to spoil 1995's Ghost in the Shell. All right. As we do with every one of these episodes, unless you looked it up, don't respond. But what are we thinking for the tomato meter and audience score? I'll just go in order. Mike, what do you got?
Tomato. Oh boy. This is a weird one. I feel like it wouldn't have that many reviews either way.
At this point, I think it does.
On-
I would assume this is like a culturally like
On
this
Rotten
movie
Tomatoes, it has 61 critic reviews and
Oh, I feel
over
like it would be more than that.
50,000 audience reviews, or at least audience score.
that feels
Okay.
like not a lot.
I mean, I have
Yeah,
no idea.
Yeah, we've never brought this up before. I feel
Wait, did
like
you get
it's
did
more-
not to interrupt, but did you guys watch sub or dub? Were we
I
supposed
watched
to watch
that
it as-
dub.
That is a good question,
I watched
actually.
dubbed. I watched it dubbed because I was too lazy to read
I
subtitles.
watched a dub because it was free.
I watched the dub too. Okay.
Oh, was it not an option to just do it? You had to pay for...
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
I
lazy.
clicked Amazon.
I'm
I
lazy,
just
I don't like
clicked,
reading.
and it was English dub. So
What would be a
I
good...
watched
What
I
would be
have
a
the Blu-ray.
What would be a
so
good
I could have watched it.
benchmark movie to put into Rotten Tomatoes to see what the like number of reviews are? What's a good one
Ghost-
that
Ghost in the Shell.
2017.
2017?
Are you talking?
Yeah, why not?
wait.
That's probably going to be way more, just because people
Yeah, it'll
probably
be
wanted
way
to
more,
fucking
definitely.
roast that movie.
Yeah.
2017, Ghost in the Shell. We got
I think the
300
honestly, I
critic reviews, but only 25,000 audience reviews.
think, honestly, I think Ghost in the Shell remake or whatever the fuck with Scarlett Johansson makes way more sense to me now. And take that as you will. I'll explain
mean,
later, but
spoilers, I'm probably going to watch that movie at some point now, just because
think
I
you
kind of
should.
want to see what it's like. But before I do that, like I'm going to finish the manga, and I'm also going to probably watch the other movies, even though spoilers from what I was reading, it seems like the other movies are non-canonical. non-canonical?
Let's see. I don't know if I watched Innocence. I think I own Innocence. I've never watched it.
Is
And
Innocence 2?
Yeah, I think
From
Innocence is the
at least
second
from like the Wikipedia page, it says that Innocence 2 is, or whatever, is not canonical.
one. What about Standalone Complex? That was a TV show. While you look that up, I guess I'm gonna take my stab at audience and critic. Let's say critic 89, audience 85.
You said 85, and what was the first one?
89?
89. Okay. What about you, Todd?
I'm gonna go 90-90.
Okay. What about you, Dom?
I was gonna go 85-85, so I'll go 85-80.
Well, you guys, you know what? You guys, you let Todd win these things so that he doesn't win the game.
I never win
games.
these things though.
I feel
never
like you
win.
usually
all the
do.
time.
Yeah, I feel like you usually get.
I get like one.
I feel like Todd
one,
fucking looks
maybe.
them up. That's why he's got this fucking shit locked down.
Nah.
With a 95 and an 89, Todd is the closest on both accounts. So people love this movie. People say this is a classic. It is a pillar of cyberpunk media, and I guess over the next 40 minutes or so, we'll probably discuss if we think the same. This was everyone's first time watching it, except for Mike. You watched it in the past at some point.
Watched in the past at some point.
Was this like?
I don't know. Watching it now makes me think that I've watched some of it before, but
I feel
I
like
definitely don't remember watching it all.
I honestly
so.
think it's that's because it like influenced so many fucking things after it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's probably what it
there's a
is.
huge portion of the beginning of the movie that was like, this is the beginning of the Matrix.
yes.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Which
like
the
green- even like the green
Wachowski
lights
sisters
trans-
are like
yeah.
on
Yeah.
record for saying like this is a movie that has influenced them, or
Yeah.
like I don't know if it's the movie, the manga, or whatever, but probably all of it. But so I also probably may have like I feel like this and maybe Standalone Complex probably played on TV, and I probably saw them at some point when I was younger because they were probably on Toonami, Mike, or no?
Standalone Complex was definitely on, if not Toonami, back when Adult Swim just had an anime block.
Yeah, so I probably had seen portions of it before, but like I don't remember anything about this.
I don't know if the movie's ever been on those, has been on, but the show definitely.
Yeah. So what I guess you go first with. Oh, actually, no, we didn't do fucking budget and shit.
Didn't even have was this even in theaters?
Yes.
It was 1995, right?
Yes. So locking on the budget, I have to go off of Wikipedia, so take that for what you want. But the budget is supposedly $10 million, which I feel like I don't know if that's correct for 1995, but according to that, it's unless I had is that 2000? No, it's 1995. It says 10 million. So with a budget of supposedly 10 million, what do you think the worldwide box office take was, Mike?
10 million.
I feel like the budget is not. There's no fucking way the budget is correct on this, to be honest. Let me see if I can.
I don't know. I can't imagine it being, because I don't think, with the exception of Akira and a handful of Ghibli movies, I can't imagine anime films were like doing gangbusters back then. At least
Yeah, that's how I view it.
So I'll say.
So I think in Japan it probably did fairly well, but I don't know what that market looks like
So
either.
I'll say this. I'm reading another article that supposedly has a quote from Shigeru Watanabe, which I think was one of the producers or directors on the movie. Said it was about 330 million yen, which would have been about $3 million US dollars.
Okay.
So 10 million in 1995 just for this type of movie just sounds not right to me.
It sounds pretty big.
Even 3 million sounds maybe not right, but whatever. It sounds more accurate at least.
Yeah. So with that, I think 10 million sounds a lot more reasonable as a return worldwide. I don't think it, but yeah, whatever. I don't know. Even that, I feel like might be overshooting it because I don't.
This film came out in 1995.
It was released domestically in 1996, February 2nd, 1996.
So box office, does that include every time that it's been in theaters? Because I imagine that
Re-released?
since 1996 it's been re-released.
I'm going off of Box Office Mojo's all releases, which includes
All releases.
which
That would
includes
include
other
all-
things. Yeah.
Correct.
So the releases that they list are the original release, February 2nd, 1996.
It probably got a 25th anniversary.
It got a 2020 re-release, September 17th, 2021. It got a 2021 4K remaster release the same year. I don't know. They both of those are the same date. And then
96 to 2021, you said?
yeah, and then AXCN.
That's 25 years, right?
Yeah, AXCN Ghost in the Shell, November 8th, 2023. But maybe that's like a private thing because there's actually no numbers listed there for the box office. So maybe that was like a convention or something that played it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
where
that's
are you
next.
dropping it, Mike? Here.
Does that change your number at all, Mike?
No. But I do admit now with that information, I might be underselling it.
Didn't listen to a single thing you guys said, so I'm just gonna go blind.
That's fair.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Oh, I'm gonna say. Can I do points? Can I do 2.5 million?
Yeah, why wouldn't
Yeah.
you be able to do that? So you're doing 2.5 million. What did you say, Mike?
10.
I'm going 15.
Okay.
You're a bitch.
So
I looked up. So
I need to. I'm like even more confused now. I need to look up something else because none of this actually makes any sense. Hold on.
It turns out after its theatrical run, it owed the
They
viewers
owe us money.
yeah, right.
Well, okay, so here's the confusion. I'm trying to quickly find an answer before we just move on because otherwise we're not going to just the episode's not going to turn into let's look at the fucking box office numbers. But Box Office Mojo actually lists it as a worldwide take of $919,000, which a majority of that being like, and when I say majority, 96.7% of it being domestic. So I feel like
domestic, U.S. domestic or Japan domestic?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Well, no, because it came out in 1995 initially, right?
Wiki says a
Yeah.
budget of 3 million, a box office of 10 million.
So that's what, yeah, Wikipedia says it came in as 10 million. So I don't know why there's that discrepancy. So I guess we'll just, I mean, these points don't fucking matter anyway.
They don't matter.
But there's that discrepancy. So I'm not
I'm
really
looking
sure
up
what the
something right
difference is.
now. I don't know what you're looking up, but I'm looking up something right now that makes even less sense than what you're saying. So
The film has grossed approximately $43 million in total box office with the home video sales revenue.
yeah, I'm looking at. I'm seeing 169.8 million.
Well, so that's including
Oh,
home video.
that's okay.
So I think that 43 was probably with the re-releases because it talked about how it had become a cult classic.
Yeah, the Wikipedia page says it grossed 10 million. So I don't know why there's that
If
discrepancy.
you scroll down further, it says like with
10
it
million
becoming a
seems to
cult
be
classic.
the most like
That makes sense to be the initial
yeah.
box office.
Yeah, because I what I had also done was pulled up the 1996 worldwide box office to see specifically. Does anyone have a guess what the top grossing worldwide film
96?
of 96 was?
Independence Day?
It was Independence Day.
Great
You
guess.
getting fucking gully, Mike? You know what number 2 is?
No, Independence Day I knew offhand came out in 96.
Okay, Independence Day.
It might have been one of the Mission Impossibles that came out that year too.
The first one did. If it's not number 2, it's number 3.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay.
1996?
Which
96, yeah.
which one was number 3 and number 1?
The
Or
first
Mission
one.
Impossible?
Independence Day
Okay.
was number 1. Number 3 was Mission Impossible.
1996.
Number 2, I think, is
Oh.
getting a sequel this year or soon, or maybe a reboot. I feel like I saw something about a reboot or a sequel to this.
Bad Boys?
No.
I was going to say Toy Story because it had come out in November of 95.
Wait, really?
It was
That long
It
ago?
came in
Holy
95,
shit.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Just tell me.
because you gave me that information, I'm not going to get to it.
It would have
Actually, I wouldn't have gone into it anyway. I
And I'm
think I
not trying to
picked
get
the
points
movies that
here,
I
so
knew.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just look at
Yeah,
that.
this
I didn't see
episode
movies
is
I
a
knew were big that
disaster
year.
already. It was
We
Twister.
haven't even gotten the movie.
We haven't got to the movie.
Twister.
It was
Oh
Twister.
yeah,
Okay.
Twister.
They are remaking that, yes.
I forgot that came out. Yes, you're right about that. I
so-
forgot it came out in '96.
Mission Impossible, Jerry Maguire, Ransom. But I was specifically wanted to see what like the top
My son.
animated movie was. And anyone have a guess what the top animated movie was? It comes in at number 6 with 136 million.
That might have been around. Hold on.
I mean, it's a Disney
Was
film.
Bugs Life?
It's a
was
Disney
it-
film.
Oh, I know what it was.
Oh.
Lilo and Stitch.
In '96? No.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Lilo
what?
and
Lilo and
Stitch?
Stitch was 2000.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm really old then. Okay.
Yeah, you're really old.
No, this is a Walt Disney animation.
96. 90s.
Oh, I know what it is.
Hold
96.
hold on.
Fantasia.
Brother
It's
Bear?
Fantasia. No, it's Fantasia.
Brother
It's not.
Bear?
Yeah.
It's not either.
Fantasia
of those.
2000. Yeah, Todd, you're right. It's Fantasia 2000.
I was
Um,
trying to think of like an old Disney.
I'm not going to get to it in a reasonable time frame, so you can just tell me.
Yeah, just tell us.
101 Dalmatians.
That didn't come out in 1996.
No.
Did it get re-released and then it must
Re-released,
have just
probably.
fucking did
Probably.
gangbusters?
No. You're looking at 1996's live action 101 Dalmatians.
Oh yeah.
Was there a
with
live
Glenn-
action one?
Glenn Close.
Okay.
Glenn Close.
With
So
Glenn
then,
Close
the,
was as
so then the
Cruella.
first,
Yep.
the first animated film then would be number 15, which I also believe is a Disney movie.
Iron Giant.
I don't know. Are we sure that it's?
No.
Are we sure it's not live action?
I'll pull it up. Hold on. It's not live action. It is.
1996.
I got this
Oh,
weird.
I would have seen.
I've got most of my guesses out.
I probably would have seen it in theaters. I think
90
in
When was Pocahontas?
'94. I think.
Well, it
Mulan was 98.
I think that's right too. I think Moana.
It has
Mulan's
a
in it.
main voice from someone on
Oh,
the
we're
hit,
playing the game already?
on the hit television show Seinfeld.
Is it?
Oh,
I did,
so
but
it's
you
didn't
Costanza.
see
It's Costanza,
No.
definitely.
It is Costanza.
Oh, it's Hunchback on Notre
It's
Dame.
Hunchback. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's okay.
that's Disney, or is it not Disney?
It's
This is
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought it was Disney. Okay. Anyways, who played Esmeralda? I already closed all those windows. I'm not opening them back up.
I didn't even know that fucking Jason Alexander was in that movie.
I
can
didn't
picture
know.
her
I
face.
didn't know.
He's
either.
one of the.
He's
He's one of the
Hugo.
Gargamels. He's one of the Gargamels. I can picture her face in
Real life.
my head, but
Anyways.
not. Yeah.
Let's just get right into this movie that we're not talking about 26
Sometimes-
minutes in.
This is why we need timestamps, because someone's like, "Oh, let me hear them talk about this,"
Ghost
and
in the
they
Shell.
skip forward, and we're like sitting here going, "Like,
Honestly, though, in
yeah,
most podcasts I
so,
listen to, I like the fucking chaos. Like, I don't fucking care
yeah.
about the main topic.
Listen, we're not
thought-
going to say anything smart about this fucking movie.
No.
like-
Oh, no,
Alright,
we're
I
fucking
mean, I
dumb.
will.
It was
I've been
demeaning.
drinking an Al Cappuccino, man. I don't
Oh,
know.
Oh,
what
you're already
shit.
drunk. You're already drunk at this point.
I'm already on my
That thing
second
going.
margarita, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
already finished this.
I went to bed at like 3 a.m. and I was up at 6:30, so I'm like,
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I'm fucking cuckoo
Anyway.
for Cocoa Puffs. What, yeah, so back to the original question. All right, Mike asked me about fucking Standalone Complex. I already closed that window out. I don't want to search for it again. I'm pretty sure that the way that all of the Ghost in the Shell stuff, from what I read earlier, they're all
Separate.
kind of separate for certain reasons. I think it's
think
still
one of them
all
might-
major.
I think one of
but
them-
it's-
Yeah, I think one of them might be a direct sequel to like another one, but none of them are direct sequels
to each other.
the film that we watched.
Okay, that makes sense. So we'll start with you, Mike, as someone, because you've seen the film in the past at some point. Revisiting it now, I don't know how much you did or didn't remember about it. How do you feel about it overall?
I definitely forgot a lot of it. I still like it. I probably wasn't in the right mind space to rewatch it. I think honestly it's a film that it's worth me just revisiting it in the future as like a sort of I'm bored, but I kind of want to watch something. Yeah. It's good for a movie that came out in fucking 95.
Yeah.
I probably should have watched it subbed too.
So
some of the delivery is just like
I agree with that.
what you
I'll get into it.
what you
but I
expect from
agree
like
with it.
95 dubbing.
yeah, Jen didn't watch it with me, but she was in the room, just on a different part of the room, and I was listening to it dubbed, or I was watching it dubbed, and like there were many times where she like would call out dialogue and like laugh about it, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean this is probably either just like not good voice acting or like maybe not even a good translation. I have no idea, because
Yeah.
I always have subtitles on and for everything, just because that it helps Jen with MG, but now I'm just used to have everything having subtitles on, so I always have subtitles on. But the subtitles, at least for did you all watch it on Prime?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, where
I
did
did.
you watch it?
He has a Blu-ray.
I have a Blu-ray, so I ripped it and
okay.
put it on my Plex.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if there's a difference in the subtitles then, because the subtitles on Prime were fucking not the same dialogue.
I'm wondering if I think
weird.
sometimes if you pick the
think-
subtitles, it will do the subtitles for the actual Japanese, right?
So that's why it's translated differently. Okay.
yeah.
I don't. When you click on subtitles on Amazon, it like asks you where you want to download them from.
Oh,
So
okay. Interesting.
it like says like it'll default if you don't pick something, but like it'll like ask you where do you want to download
I'll have
these
to look
from.
into that then, because when I had them on in like the first 15 minutes of the film, I was like, half of the time these are not the same sentences, and it's gonna break my brain. I can't do this, so I just turn them off.
And I don't think it was the voice acting in particular. I think it was the like delivery.
I had a huge
There was a
problem
lot
with
of
Major.
flat delivery.
I had a huge problem with Major. Major was.
Oh,
I think that
Major
I-
was flat.
I like Mimi.
Terrible.
I thought they were good.
Oh,
as
yeah, I
Major.
didn't think that. I
But-
think that like took me out of the movie a lot.
Yeah, Bato and Aramaki, I think even in standalone
Bryan
comics,
Cranston.
they were the
Fucking-
same voices.
You guys know Bryan Cranston was voicing fucking the character in this. Right?
He pops up in
yeah.
fucking everything.
He really
Well,
does. It's so
back
funny.
then, he was doing shit. Like he used to be
He
a
was.
fucking
The
guy on the
Power
Power
Rangers.
Rangers. Yeah,
Yeah. But he's done Ghibli stuff. Like he's always kind of like popped up and
but
stuff.
I think Ghibli got big enough that they just get.
But I
people.
think he's in an older Ghibli film as well. That's why I mentioned it,
I'm
because
not
I think he might be in a more recent one too. But I think he might be in an older one. But I feel like there's also something else old anime that I remember him being attached to. It's besides the point. So, what about you, Todd? How you feeling about? I was probably out of all of us, I was most curious to see how Todd reacts to this, because A, I feel like Todd doesn't watch a lot of animated stuff like this, and also B, Todd's super high on Cyberpunk, specifically mostly because of Cyberpunk 2077. But I think Todd really likes
I like that style.
yeah, you
Yeah.
like that aesthetic, you like that
Yeah.
the themes, like you like that. So how are you overall feeling about this?
I don't know who brought up like Mike brought up like you had to be in the right frame of mind for this, and I feel like I kind of was, but like at the same time, I didn't like it. I feel like this movie. I'm in the minority. I think definitely.
I mean, clearly, if you go off Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I was like, now you say that, I'm like, but like, so there was just a lot of issues I had with it, and the voice acting. Maybe I should have just watched it dubbed, but like, or whatever the
Subbed,
yeah. But I felt like it was too short of a movie for the content that they were trying to.
No way. The
And like
hour
it's
and
so funny,
23, I
it's
was
the
like,
exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's the exact
perfect.
opposite.
I was so excited.
So that is something I want to mention is that I realized that this movie was actually really short.
Yes.
And by
Super
the
short.
end of it, because like even with my Blu-ray rip, I think it said it was like 126 minutes, something like that. But
No.
at about 120 minutes, it hit credits. And
No,
I'm
it's like an hour and a half. It's like
I
not
think
even
it's
an hour and a
82
half.
minutes.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
was
even
like
an hour and a half.
82 minutes or something. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So like I said, at about an hour and 20 minutes, it went to credits. I'm like, wow, this is short. And I feel like they did. It's definitely something that now that I'm watching it, knowing that it's based off a manga, I'm like, oh, they definitely cut a lot of shit to make this work.
Well, so I'll let Dom go first, and then I'll kind of because
Well, that's what I said,
I've read half of the what part
Yeah.
of this is supposed to be based off of. So what?
I just
what are
wanted to say
your-
one more thing
Yeah, go ahead.
too. I just want.
No, you can't.
like-
You can't talk about this film.
I felt like I'm cool with movies leaving like open-ended stuff and not giving you all the information, but I felt like this movie, A, because it was too short, I felt like there was a lot of stuff that I'm like, cool, okay, like how do I want to perceive what's actually happening right now? And I get that this movie had a huge cultural impact. Like this movie is like the movie that like made anime huge. It fucking made movies.
I don't know if
It
that's
made
true.
No, I don't know, but it made movies.
Akira
fucking
was
copy
before this, wasn't it?
Akira was like 88.
Yeah.
But it made movies fucking copy the fucking flow of it. Like it's huge in the science fiction world, I guess. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. And I feel like a lot of people borrowed stuff from this in the science fiction world, but for me, it was just like, I don't know. Like, I think the animation's top notch. Like, that's probably the best thing I can say about this movie is the animation's fucking phenomenal. But
It's
like,
wild.
no, like I never felt like this movie drawed me in because I felt, and I'm someone who watched the most recent one before I watched this one, and I feel like the most recent one maybe explained more shit than this one did. I don't know if that's crazy
It's
talk
probably
or not.
longer.
It is. I feel like I feel like was Jared Leto the guy who played? Who did he play in the? Jared Leto was like.
I didn't see the new
Are you
one,
sure you're
but
not? Are you sure you're not thinking about Blade Runner
Blade Runner?
2049?
No, sorry. Who was the main guy in?
Ghost in the Shell
in
2017 is ScarJo. I don't know how to
Was
say.
it Michael Shannon?
I don't know how to
Was Michael Shannon in
say
that?
I can't remember who the main,
Batu's
like,
actor's name.
Yeah.
Pilau as Bach. Kuze is Michael Pitt. Dr. Ule is Juliette Binoche. What character are you looking for? Let me just go to the top.
What to call it?
The Puppet Master?
Yes. Who was
Puppet,
the Puppet
Puppet Master is listed as. Puppet Master's not even listed as a name here. So
I don't
the
know
top
if they
billing
actually used
is
Puppet Master in that movie.
the top billing is ScarJo, Pillow as Bach, and Takeshi Kitano. Those are the top builds.
Okay.
Takeshi Kitano is Aramaki.
Yeah, I remember that Aramaki.
Michael
was
Pitt is
actually-
Kuzi. That's that guy's from Boardwalk Empire, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael. Oh, so that's the thing. Kuze, if I remember correctly, Kuze was the antagonist in Standalone Complex.
So yeah, maybe this is just pulling off of not.
I remember watching that trailer. It's been a while since I watched that movie in particular, but I remember watching that trailer and thinking that the antagonist was like a weird mix of the Puppet Master and the Laughing Man from Standalone Complex.
I mean, again, I've not watched that film, but the trailer is playing on the IMDb page, and like, I don't know what it's pulling from manga or anime wise, but like it's clearly showing a fight scene from this movie.
The movie, yes.
Oh, no, like I
think
remember
they
the
did that.
trailer, and after seeing this original, like the water scene when she goes invisible with
Yeah,
the camo
that's what it's
was
showing,
like a
yeah.
huge. And then the opening scene, which is much shorter
When
than
she
the
jumped
original.
off, like when she's like falling
That's like a
on the
huge
side of the
scene.
building.
We see like runs in the building and starts shooting people like in the fucking, not like how it's done in this one, but yeah.
So that's how the all right, I guess dumb. How are you feeling about this overall?
This, to go off Todd's point, this movie felt like the middle of a movie.
Yes,
Where
100%.
where there was story from before the movie that was like explained briefly in dialogue, and then like, not that there was story afterwards, but like obviously like it just kind of like leaves the character like where the character is at the end of the movie, like just walking off. It just felt like the middle of a movie. I mean, overall, I liked it. I could have used more story, like more like structure, I guess. The dialogue was what it was. It was whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't have a huge problem with it, but like, yeah, there was a lot of flat delivery. But again, it was a film from 1995, and I wasn't really going to question it.
Yeah, I actually now am kind of intrigued to maybe rewatch it soon with the sub and see what that how different the translation is.
The sub is Bayonetta's voice actress is the main character. Weirdly, Batu, his voice actor in the English and Japanese dub are both Xenohort, so I'm guessing it's the English version of Xenoheart and the Japanese dub of Xenoheart.
Interesting. That's funny.
And in English, we got Doug from the Dan Flash's sketch. Was the chief.
I didn't know that. That's
listen
ridiculous.
to his voice again.
That is ridiculous. I guess I'm the highest one on this, and now I'm worried if like having
movies.
No, I'm wondering if like, because I had started the manga before I watched the movie, and then I read more after I watched the movie. So I'm wondering if like having some background in the manga changed my opinion on the movie.
If you read the beginning before watching the movie, then you like read the beginning of the story.
So I hesitate to even say that though. So I guess like at least where I am in the manga, and I won't really spoil the manga, the events that primarily take place in the movie do not take place in the manga, at least where I've read. So unless the back half of the manga is what the movie is more based off of, I think the only real thing that's kind of in the stuff that I've read so far is they both open the same way. They open with like Major is on the roof and jumps off and like kills the people and uses shit. That is, I'm pretty sure that's the first chapter of that. I think if it's not the first chapter, it's at the beginning of it. So those both happen in the beginning. I think the only other thing that is similar is the trash truck driver scenes. Like that also takes place in that part of the manga, but really everything else that the movie does, again, is either the back half of the manga that I haven't gotten to yet, or it is its own thing.
See, like
based off
the trash truck guy, like I thought that was like a good part of the movie, and I felt like it was just so like out of place in some ways. And I get what they were doing with that, with like, oh, you realize that like this dude's fucking. They're just. It makes you question where Major's coming from and everything, and I get all that, but I felt like that whole. I don't know how that arc is in the manga, so like I don't know if that was like more of a bigger arc or like.
No, it's not. It's actually like a pretty short
exactly what
thing.
it is.
Yeah, like it is pretty
okay.
Like even the beginning of the film and the beginning of this, like the film actually probably, again, unless these scenes are taking a little cut out of place, like there were a lot of, I thought, really striking scenes in the movie that, at least if they are in the manga, I have not gotten to, and they were like, I'm kind of surprised that specifically Todd doesn't like it more, because what I think,
I thought I was gonna love this movie, to be honest with you.
I was hoping you were. One of the things I really like about this movie is that, especially for a movie this old, I kind of like that it seemed like they were pretty. I don't know, maybe I need to watch more 1995 animated movies and see if they also take these same kind of risks, but I feel like there are.
Yeah, Toy Story was 95. So
I feel like there are a lot of scenes where it's like there is no dialogue, and it's like they're just like kind of showing you the fucking city. Like that shit, I fucking love.
For me.
Wow, that's actually crazy
So, like,
to me. I was eating
I'll
it
tell
up.
you why
I
it
was
didn't
like,
work for me.
I feel like I'm kind of just like getting pushed into this world, and I really liked it a lot. Like
I think the
like
music didn't work for me.
Oh,
It's the
no
music
way,
that didn't work
no
for me.
way.
Yeah,
So
man,
good, so good.
none of the music in that movie worked for me. Like nothing.
Like the scene where the guy is like running through like fucking the like market, and it leading up to him fighting Major in the water.
Yeah.
Like there's no music, there's no dialogue. It's like footsteps and ambiance, and I was like, this is like hitting with me so hard, because there's other parts like that where it's like very like, I don't want to say minimalistic, but it's like they clearly made a choice to be like, we're gonna, like, even some of the action scenes are not like just like crazy over the top action. It's like there are like moments in between of like when she's fighting the tank at the end of the movie, it's like there are pauses. It's not just like heavy constant bullets flying, like explosion, all the shit. It's like she's pausing. Like
she does make a guy's head explode though.
Yeah, I mean, there are over the top things that are going on, but like even just like when she reloads her fucking gun and like her gun overheats and the clip's hot and it falls in the water and like the fucking it like sizzles. It's like that's shit that I feel like people just don't really do in at least the stuff that I watch. Like it's just it's like high intensity, but also at the same time has moments of just like really granular parts of that high action, and I really appreciated it.
There was this movie that I was watching, this animated movie, and they had a magnifying lens, and like it went on to his head, and it like you could see the smoke wisp coming off of his head.
Fun fact: he's talking about Toy Story.
1995's Toy Story.
I think it had a lot of scenes that really hit for me. I will say, and again, unless the back half of the manga is different, Major doesn't really get like nude the way that they do.
You got
in the
nude
movie.
a lot in this film.
Yes, which I like.
And it's PG-13, which is crazy.
Interesting. I honestly
Ron
just assumed
movies
it
is
was
different
rated
than
R.
regular movies.
But yeah, like I was actually kind of surprised at how often Major got nude, because I was like, there is nudity in the manga, but it's not Major.
And seemingly for no reason a few of the times.
Yeah,
Like at one point she was like fully dressed and like was about to go into battle, and she's like, "Nah, fuck this," and like took everything off.
She lays down. And
Well, yeah, she does that. She does that to seemingly
camo, right?
use the camo. But
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
she was naked at the beginning when she jumped off the building and did that too. But like in the manga, she's not.
But the guy in the water had like a full suit and like a hood, and that's how he used his camo.
Yeah.
So
it was a choice
one
for
of
a
my
reason.
One of my favorite parts of this movie, in which I wish there was more of this, was when they have the body of the person who was run over and the puppet master takes it over. Like when they're in the... I thought that shit, I'm like, oh, I need more of this shit. You know, like I didn't need action in this movie, because I felt like the action was kind of like whatever. I mean, but I liked that shit, and then I felt like they never touched more on that. I don't need them to like spoon feed me fucking what's going on, but like I would have liked a little bit, and I feel like the manga probably would have given me that if I fucking just read that.
So the manga is interesting because I'm really enjoying it, but it is sort of tonally very different. Because at least the version I'm reading, I don't know if the original version had this, but like and I've never read a manga that has this, or even I don't even think I've read a graphic novel that has this. What is the author's name? Shiro Masamune. Throughout the manga, there are like notes written in the margin or like under panels where he is like explaining. I'm sure part of it is maybe at the time, I don't know how much like manga cyberpunk stuff there were, where he would be like explaining like what I think people today, with just how there's a lot more cyberpunk stuff that kind of exists across all mediums, that might, or just, I mean, technology is also much more advanced than it was in 1995. So I think some of the stuff being explained is probably, I wouldn't say irrelevant, but I think more people are probably just kind of ingratiated into certain terms, or like the concepts that are being talked about are probably more digestible for people today. But there's that.
I like comics do that all the time.
Yeah, and
like
I think
comics?
manga. American comics do that too, and I think manga also does it. I'm trying to think of like.
There's a lot of times where
examples.
I was just gonna like make reference, like there's a lot of times where like Deadpool or Spider-Man will be talking, like breaking the fourth wall, and there'll be like a note in the margin that's like he's referencing this issue of.
So when I say
like,
note in the margin, I mean like a
author,
paragraph.
Not
like an
sentence.
asterisk of like referencing this or something. It's like it's very
it'll
often
be
like
the author telling you like he is referencing this specific issue, like this happened.
In this scenario, it's like legitimately a paragraph, like at the bottom of the page, like it's like a full like multiple sentence thing, and it's pretty frequent. And there'll be small asterisk ones like in between panels, or even just like a sentence explaining something with like an arrow pointing into the panel, which I don't know if this was in the original or not. It might have been, but like tonally the manga definitely has like, I mean, it's talking about other stuff because there are a lot of things that are happening in the manga, at least where I am, that are not in the movie, but it's also, it just seems like, I don't want to say Major's a little jokier, but like this movie I think is much more serious, and it's more like, I think, talking about very specific
She's got some angst in this one.
Yeah.
She's got some angst.
Where at least the Major that I know so far in the manga doesn't seem as similar. Like, there are similarities, but it's definitely some more levity, I think, there. But Batou kind of seems the same. And
Is Togusa
is the cop, right?
Yeah, as a cop, it's like mostly human.
Yeah, he's kind of a fucking clown in both, so. But
yeah, I feel like it was underutilized.
His character reminds me a lot of someone, and I can't point out who it is. Like being the only human in a story, and like being the.
Yeah, like everyone else is like fucking wacky banana pants, and he's just like, I'm just a dude.
He's there to like keep the reader grounded, almost.
Yeah,
and be
like
yeah,
he's not a full-blown like POV character in this, but like he's definitely the one that I guess the audience is supposed to relate to in some way.
Yeah.
Which is weird because like I feel like he doesn't get to do much in this. He does do a little bit, like but not a lot. He's not like the full-blown POV character.
Yeah. I think what I wonder if this change maybe would have like changed how some of you felt about the film. Because there are definitely moments where characters on screen explain certain like concepts or things they're doing, and some of that made me feel like how the liner, like the fucking paragraphs are on the bottom of the page and stuff. Which also, funnily enough, I think it's in the beginning or like the first page or somewhere in the fucking manga. Masamune like straight up says, "Don't read those while you're reading it. Like, read the manga and then go back and read that stuff because it will mess up the flow of the story." So like when fucking Toga says like in the fucking parking garage and he's like explaining like their heat signatures and like all this stuff, and like I think you have to still, because otherwise like I don't know what that would mean to the person watching, of like where I'm looking at the weight and the heat signature and how long the door took to close and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like I definitely understood what he was looking for in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I had actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I had anything else to add to that. Like I understood what was happening in the moment.
Yeah.
And I just took it as like, oh, it's like that human intuition that the Major like said, hey, I need you on the team for. It's like, oh, you're gonna be different. You'll notice things. That's why I wanted you to be part of our force.
Yeah.
So like that was him kind of doing that in the moment.
Like to kind of go back to what I was saying before about just like, it seems like things that like if an anime movie was being made today or some other animated film, like they necessarily wouldn't have those like lower moments in an action scene or like quietness in certain scenes. Like even at the end where they're exchanging bodies, when the Puppet Master is in Major's body and vice versa, like, and this happens throughout the film, like there's just like, I think it worked for me, like good cinematography, good scene choices where it's like part of that conversation is happening in the headset of the fucking guy that's dead in the tank or whatever, or in the car, and it's like the screen is focused on the dead guy with like blood dripping out of his mouth, and it's clear that you can hear the conversation through the headset. But even Batou, because Batou can't hear Major, but like we are hearing it through the headset. It's just, I don't know, like little things like that kind of just like, I don't know, like it fit the movie for me in ways that I really enjoyed. Like there are a lot of like visually striking things in this film that I think will stick with me for a bit. Which I'm trying to think. Like, I get what Todd was saying about how he kind of wishes there was a little bit more, maybe story or this or that, but I don't know. I kind of like
when the story beats hit, they hit for me, and I was like, oh, cool.
When she's swimming in the fucking ocean, and then like they're on the boat like talking, that shit is so good. That scene was fucking really good for me. That was one of probably the best scenes in the film for me. Like
there was a scene where like they played like this like almost like tribal music. And it felt like it was going on for far too long, and it
was just like showing the cityscape. Like it was like showing. I
like
love
this
that
from
shit.
the ground level, not from above. Like
Yeah,
I usually
no,
like
yeah,
that
I
shit too.
love
That's
that
like
shit.
my
It was so
that's
good.
like usually my shit. But
That's
like,
why
it
I was
didn't work for me.
surprised. Yeah, because even the begin, like the intro, like you get the fucking intro to the film, and then you get like the fucking like intro credits with that music, and it's like the fucking. I'm assuming the Matrix took that like binary like thing for the whatever for the intro credits, and it's like cutting between that and people's names and like scenes and stuff. Like I don't know. I was fucking eating it up. It was I was really enjoying this movie. Damn, I'm surprised that no one else likes it. This is you don't like
I'm
it,
not,
Mike?
well, I didn't say I didn't like it.
I don't
I'm
think
just
I
saying
don't.
that
It's not that I don't
think
like
I
it. I'm
understand.
impartial.
I understand that it is now that I'm watching it again in this day and age, I can kind of feel as though like, oh, this is one of those things where you had to cut a lot of maybe interesting or not necessarily like necessary information, but like I can feel that this thing is shorter than it should have been, but
I was actually
they
shocked at
do
how
that.
short it was. But
Again,
I will
yeah,
say this. If we watched this like 10, 15 years ago, we probably would have been fucking like, this is the greatest movie we've ever. Like, we
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been like, but like, we've also been like, where it's not to the fault of the movie. It's to the fault of like I said, this movie, like, so many movies took shit from this movie years and
Yes.
years after it. That like, I'm like, oh, I've already seen that before, even though like
Exactly.
they are
There
the ones
is
that they
there
pulled
is an
this from.
element
Like, you know,
of like I've seen other
This
people
is
build on this.
This is familiar to me, but it's because
yes,
of
it's because of this. You know, like
Yeah, so I'm not saying this is a bad movie. I did like it. I'm just saying that with
it's like watching Goodfellas and then shitting on The Godfather.
It's like,
and like, you know, like
I probably would say that while this is good, I enjoyed that first season of Standalone Complex that I watched more because it got to do more with all those characters and like more with the ideas and stuff.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like the vagueness of it, and maybe part of that is knowing that there are more ways for me to continue reading about these characters or watching about these characters. Maybe that gives my brain more of leeway with how I'm watching this film. But I guess I like to me, I think, I mean, there are like things aesthetically that I like about cyberpunk. But I like some of the concepts that a lot of cyberpunk stuff usually deals with, which seems to be just like humanity against like either straight up technology or humans who are X percentage of technology. And I even think with just Major in general, because Major all Android?
I think except for a
brain.
brain. I think
Except for a brain, and that is
And
actually
she
something that
even
comes up in
questions
the
it at some
show.
point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And
Which
I
like I like that
aspect of
shit.
it. That's
Yeah.
questions it.
Yeah.
Like
but I
that.
think that's even like kind of because she's
feel like
kind of
she-
questioning it throughout the whole movie, and that's when like she's like, oh, I'm gonna go chase down this. Don't send backup. No one come here, and it's because she wants to fucking like she wants to talk to the pup master. She wants to dive into that and like see what the fucking deal is for herself, not what other people are telling her or whatever it may be. And
Imagine trusting the puppet master though. Someone named the puppet master. You know,
I mean,
it's like
imagine, but it's a puppet master's name came from the government, right?
Yeah,
Or no? Yeah. So it's like
I think so. Yeah.
who you who is who to trust. But even like Major doesn't know if she can trust herself half the time because she doesn't know if she's still herself. Because I think they say it. Now I'm trying to like parse things that are in the manga or like what was said in the movie. But I'm pretty sure at some point she says, or Bato, how the fuck do you say his name?
Bato.
Bato. One of them says like it might even be on the boat scene, maybe. Like
They talk extensively like, hey, yeah, you're
about whispers in your head and like ghosts and like I like the concepts a lot. I think it worked for me. I think there's enough there to kind of dissect and think about. And you guys just have bad taste. What do you want from me?
Listen, I don't think it's a bad movie. So.
Play
Yeah,
the tape back.
I liked the ideas of the movie more than I liked the movie.
That's
I liked
fair.
the
Yeah.
movie, but I liked the ideas of the movie more than I liked.
That's fair.
I can't believe I'm saying it's so funny. The whole time I was watching this, I'm like, I'm gonna say that this movie was too short, and then Brendan's gonna be like, "What?"
I loved
like,
it.
That's like all I was thinking about.
I kind of, because I don't think the ending was abrupt, but I think the ending matched like the way the movie ends narratively mixed with like the length and like what's going on. Like I don't know, it all worked for me. It was like because I was kind of shocked when it ended that way. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Like, but I didn't dislike it. I was just like, all right, like Major is choosing this path, which is maybe not the path that I expected Major to choose, and I'm intrigued what that choice means and like what that means in the grander scheme of things. It's interesting. I'm actually really excited to finish the manga to see if it ends the same way.
It might. I know. Not exactly the same. I think Akira. I believe they made the Akira movie before the manga series was done, but the creator of the manga was involved in the movie. So the movie.
What's the premise of Akira?
It's also cyberpunk, just like dystopia.
Yeah, and that one I think is a lot more convoluted for me to try and parse and make like a digestible description of it.
I feel like Akira is, I mean, again, Akira's old. This is old. There are probably plenty of articles and fucking YouTube videos about Ghost in the Shell 1995 that probably explain a lot more shit than we're doing right now, or might make you see the movie in a different way. And I'm sure that all exists for Akira. Like, because I feel like Akira is a little more. There's a lot more that's said and done in Akira, but I still think
Akira. I think Akira does do a. I'm gonna say Akira definitely cuts a lot more from the manga to put in the movie, but I also think the movie probably still stands alone well. Like, you don't need all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, have you read the manga? I didn't know that. Have you read that?
I didn't read the manga. I bought the first volume when one of those stores was having their big sale. So, like, I have the first volume. I don't know if I'll read it, but it's there.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched Akira a few times throughout my life. I like that movie a lot. Now I'm like having a fucking crisis. Should I have picked Akira and not this for Todd? But I'm happy that I picked this because I've always wanted to watch it and I've always wanted to read the manga. So now I'm like,
always heard about this too, and it's something that I was like, I should watch this. Like.
Yeah, I mean, on one of the things I was reading, it was saying like we talk about the Wachowskis being inspired by this, but also there's like a quote somewhere. I have it in one of these links, one of these tabs. James Cameron described it
for Titanic.
Yeah,
I think he's a hack, anyways.
James Cameron described it as, which take this for what it is, but like it clearly is prolific the right word for James Cameron?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, a well-known director, right? Director.
Yeah, no, prolific's the right word because even before Avatar, that dude's prolific. So
described it as a truly adult animation film to reach a level of literary and visual excellence. So like,
well, yeah, the man likes manga. He fucking helped produce Alita. He's down. He's down to clown.
I think there's no denying the cultural importance of this movie, both for like the time it came out, and I think I would say like for that specific like subgenre of science fiction, like being cyberpunk. I feel like it is like kind of weaved its way into the DNA of a lot of things to come after it.
It's like Blade Runner walked so fucking this movie could run, and then everything else that came after it is fucking copying from those movies, basically.
What is Blade Runner? Is Blade Runner originally a book? Is that what it is initially?
I don't know. I was saying like
Blade Runner was a book. It was Do Android Dream of Electric Sheep? Blade Runner came out in like 1982. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess those numbers check out.
Yeah, because I did a very, very like brief brush up on like cyberpunk as a genre because I was curious, like, oh, like where did it originate, like who kind of whatever, and it seemed like it was like a child of a few specific like sci-fi authors from like the 60s, I think, and then I don't have the tab open anymore. And then it's stuck with someone's work. Like someone's work kind of like cemented it as a subgenre. But it seemed to have all kind of stemmed from like novels first, like science fiction novels. And then
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it did start with Blade Runner and or Electric Sheep.
Yeah, and then at least on the Japanese side of things, the thing I was reading made it seem like Akira was like the first like big sort of cultural cyberpunk thing from, you know, a Japanese creator, with Ghost in the Shell being shortly after that. And then I think it listed Alita Battle Angel. That was also like
I don't know when Alita came out, but I think just based off of me picturing the manga, that sounds about the right time frame, probably like late 80s, early 90s.
Battle Angel Alita, known in Japan as Gundam, I didn't know that, is a Japanese cyberpunk manga series created by Yukito Kishiro, originally published in Shueisha's Jump from 90 to 95.
Okay.
You said Alita? Is that what you were just talking about?
Alita.
Yeah.
The originally was a manga.
Yo, they just need to get
that movie? Who made the movie that came out a few years ago?
Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez. Yeah.
I watched that movie on a plane. I didn't hate it.
It's not a bad movie. It has some issues, but like, you know who they should have got to play Alita without doing the CGI is the girl from Fallout. It's like that girl has the eyes and everything. You don't have to fucking change anything.
Ella Purnell actually probably would have been a way better casting as Major in the 2017 film. I know that the main thing people talk about was like not casting an Asian actress, but
I'm confused though because they've said that she's not supposed to be Asian. Like I've read like
I don't
from
think
like
they said that. I think they just like the complaint is that it's a Japanese movie. It's a Japanese
that makes
that
sense.
takes place in Japan, and then the other argument is that like she says like I think even in the film like, hey, this isn't my original body. Like so she could
I gotcha. Yeah,
be in any form of she felt like. So like those are the two arguments, and I don't really have a horse in that race. I didn't
She's a cyborg. At the end of this movie, she was a child.
Yes. Yeah.
Also true.
In that,
right.
I'm gonna probably end up watching. How long is Standalone Complex a long thing, Mike, or no?
Probably 12 or 24 episodes that first season. There's 2 seasons. I just remember how I don't just remember how long it is.
I don't know how quickly I'll get to everything, but like I enjoyed the film and I am really enjoying the manga a lot. So I bought the deluxe edition, so I have all like the other manga stories. I think they're all separate characters, but I have the other 2 mangas as well. I don't know when I'll get to those, but yeah, I kind of want to see like what else is going on in that world, because the brief times, at least in the manga so far, and then in the movie where they kind of touch on the world itself, I like a lot of what it's going on, because even like I've said, the manga to me feels a little bit like it has a little bit more levity to it, but it also does like kind of talk a little bit more about that world specifically and how like, you know, the government is and the manufacturing of Android, like it has a little bit more of that. So curious to see kind of how those themes and topics sort of expand and grow within that world, because I did enjoy it a lot.
Standalone Complex anywhere. I'm gonna rewatch. I'm just curious if I could though.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I have to say. I don't know if anyone else has anything they want to say about the film.
No.
Cool. All right. I mean, you guys should get some better taste, I guess.
Brendan's upset that we're not all gushing at it, even though we all like it. I can see that my camera fucked up.
No, I'm just
Those are nice flowers.
I'm just fucking around. I'm most sad that Todd didn't like it as much as I was expecting Todd to like it. I was expecting to be like, oh shit, we got Todd. Todd's gonna start fucking.
That. But it's so funny you say that, because like the whole time I'm like, man, I thought I was gonna like this more. You know,
Yeah.
like, and it's like, I think I should have watched the non-dubbed version though.
Yeah, I might because it's not that long either. I might rewatch it
That's
kind of
true.
soon and
Yeah.
just rewatch it with subtitles and see. Even though that stuff didn't take me out of it, I'm wondering if it makes me like it more or less. or it
Major
doesn't
took me out
change.
of it quite a bit. I mean, I'm not trying to knock that voice actress, whoever did it, but like the
Maybe
Major's
Woods.
voice actor, I don't know who that is. So it's like I looked it up afterwards, and I was like, I don't know who this is, but
I
felt
don't
like
think there's anything else
it
here
felt
that
out
you
of
would know
place.
them from,
Yeah.
unless you played the Bouncer on PlayStation 2.
I did actually. Yes, that's a fucking Square Enix game, isn't it?
Yes,
I
it
fucking
is.
was obsessed with that game.
Well, they play newscaster. I
I
don't
need
know
a
how big
remake
of a
of that
role
game.
that is.
Yeah, I'm sure that's nothing.
Newscaster. Whoa. Sure you remember that one.
No, I guess they call them cyborgs in this and not androids. I feel like we kept saying androids, so they're called cyborgs.
I mean, there
believe
is a
that
difference.
I said cyborg.
Cyborg is like human and
Half
robot.
human, half robot.
and
or
android is
part
all
robot.
robot?
Is all robot.
Okay.
So C-3PO,
Android.
he's an android.
Okay.
I guess you could argue that either Darth Vader or Luke are cyborgs.
Cyborgs. Correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read.
Cyborg is a cyborg.
Cyborg. R2D2, I'd say more as more
He's a droid.
more of a robot. He's a droid, but I think he's more of a robot. I feel like androids in particular have to have like a humanoid, like
Well, the problem is that in Star Wars they're all referenced
they're all
as
called
droids.
droids.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
RoboCop, android.
Android. No. Cyborg.
Oh yeah, I meant to say cyborg. My bad. Ed 209. He's actually I'd say he's a robot.
I was just gonna bring up Terminator, and I suppose Terminators are also robots and not.
The skin is organic. That's how they can travel through time.
Yes, but they are.
They're not.
robots. Like they're creating themselves.
They're creating themselves and they're putting like organic matter on top of them. So like, I don't know.
They're bending the rules.
Yeah, that one I'm willing to have a lively debate about whether or not they're cyborgs.
Let's see who else.
Ooh, let's see. Let's see. I'd say Alpha 5 is a robot or an android.
Yeah, I suppose Alpha 5 is like an android, right?
Yeah. How about like Deckard and like basically anyone in Blade Runner? I believe they're all.
They're
Actually,
androids, right?
I think they're androids.
Androids dream of electric
Roll up
sheep.
and sleep. Yeah, I suppose that's true. I'm trying to think if any of them had any organic matter in them. I don't remember. While we're fucking spitballing here, Brenden, are you up to something right now? Or are you just letting us do this?
Me and Mike are just killing time.
You were both. I was.
We thought you were like looking, like researching something.
I
That's
was.
why we were like
I was
killing
actually
time.
reading a lot about Ghost in the Shell because you were talking. I was like, oh, they're talking. I'm going to read more about stuff. Maybe there's something we missed.
Oh, no, we were
movie.
filling time.
Well, all right, there we go. There's some inside baseball out in the air for those of you listening and watching. We
could have done that we probably could have done that for a while. I was just concerned that you were trying to do something.
I was getting to the point where I was going to jump in because I was like, all right, we're going to have way too long of an episode at this point. But I was reading interesting stuff about Ghost in the Shell, and I was like, I'm going to keep reading more.
Okay.
I really liked it. I'm in Ghost in the Shell now. Like I'm gonna
You're there.
engage with more of that. I enjoyed it.
Mike Maul.
Darth Maul after episode 1.
No, not Darth Maul. Maul. Cyborg.
Just Maul. Okay, fair. Cyborg. Yes, true. Spider legs. Look around my room here. See what I got for reference.
Are you trying to just name cyborgs? What are you trying to do?
We were.
Yes, exactly.
We were doing the
Cyborgs-
difference between cyborgs and
cyborgs-
androids and robots.
And robots. Yeah.
Robots.
All right, well,
Bender.
Bender robot.
Robot.
maybe that's a game we can play on a future episode.
We already played that game today.
Well, we can. There's more characters that exist.
We're gonna fight. We are going to fight. I showed Dom so at work we had we did Star Wars trivia. We did Star Wars trivia at work, and after the thing was over, I sent Dom a picture of like the questions we had, and 100% had Dom been involved in this trivia, he would have gone to a heated argument with the trivios about the way certain questions were phrased and what the answers actually were. Like, it would have been a thing.
Listen, we all have our moments. Did we ever tell either of them about fucking Gilmore Girls trivia?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember talking about it.
I mean, it's no secret to anyone listening, if you've listened before, or to either of you, that like Jen is a Gilmore Girls sicko and like has watched that show too many times and knows a lot about that show. We went to Gilmore Girls specific trivia, and there were things that the host was not accurate on, and in turn our team did not get correct. And in future answer slips, Jen had wrote like explanations for why previous answers were correct, and like over explained on future answers to be like there was literally one thing where Jen looked at me and like she goes, she's gonna say the answer was this, but this is the actual answer, and I'm gonna explain that right here. And we got I'm pretty sure the host, after they done read all the answers, they like opened up the answer out loud before they did. They like prefaced it by saying, so it seems like some of you think that this is actually the answer, so if you wrote this or this, you are correct. I don't know, it was just funny.
Yeah. My favorite part is how we lost that.
We lost, but when you go back through the questions, we definitely didn't get credit for one of the things that we were actually correct on. I don't care, but it was a personal blow to Jen.
Yeah,
you guys should have taken a couple more trips to Star Hollow.
Listen, I had my map. I was like, let's go to Connecticut right now.
Let's go to Luke's Diner.
On the last question,
that's about all I got.
Yeah, on the last question,
that's a lot.
You couldn't pay me to watch that show.
You basically had to, like, you either had to pass in an answer or say that you are not answering the question. So, like, if you answer the question and you get it wrong, you lose like some amount of points. And if you get it correct, the wormhole. Or if you say like, hey, I'm not answering, like nothing happens, your points stay the same. So Brenden badgered Jen into writing an answer. She's like, I'm not sure about this. I don't think this is right, blah, blah, blah. And Brendan's like, oh, go big or go home, blah, blah, blah. And then she essentially said, like, she wrote something down, but then clarified that she wasn't actually wagering points. She didn't want to, like, wager
points. That's what it was.
She just wants to write something down.
Yes.
So we handed it in,
well,
but I think she took it as
the host also said, please hand in a slip with your team name so I know that I know that everyone's done. So
yes, exactly.
Jen wrote down something and then knew she was like, I don't think this is correct. So like, I'm going to wager no points and like, this is not a thing, and wrote that on the paper and circled it. And they still, that's exactly what happened. We would have, I think we came in third, right?
Had we not lost points, I think we had done the math. Like,
yes, we would have won.
We would have been at least placed, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe we didn't place, but we would have won if that was the case. So I don't know. It was funny. Not my trivia. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, the way we end every episode of the show is with the game, because it's a movie episode. Actually, fuck that. Todd, what are you picking?
I was waiting because I already know, but I was like, oh, he's going right to the game. I'm just gonna let him go. I actually am not ready, so let's just hold it off till next week.
Okay, perfect. Todd said, fuck you out there in podcast land.
Here's the thing.
I was gonna do a poll.
Nope. I have 4 picks right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
4 picks that I can let you guys decide from, or we can go the wild card, which I just changed 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, unless you guys have all seen the movie. Unless you guys have all seen the wild card movie, which I don't think any of you guys. But like, since we're on like the theme of Ghost in the Shell, I was like, oh, I kind of want to pick this movie. But if you guys have seen it, then we can go to the 4. But if you guys want to go wild card, we'll go wild card. It's up to you guys. I can tell you the 4 movies, and I won't tell you the wild card though.
Yeah,
I'm excited about this wild
tell us the
card.
4 and don't tell us the wild card.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I'm picking the wild card. So
So
Yeah,
the only way I will not accept the wild card is if we've all seen it, and then I'll be like, okay, let's just go with one of the 4. Okay, so Joe versus the Volcano is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Sicario, and Ed Wood. Those are my 4.
Where's your stupid fucking Beaver movie? I thought this whole thing was built around Beaver movie.
No,
I didn't want to spend money.
I didn't want to make everyone do that and shit, and like I'm trying to make it. Although I don't know where these fucking movies are streaming or whatever. But,
Fantastic.
So
I'm saying fuck it, wild card.
I also want wild card.
I want to watch Sicario, but I'm picking. I went into this saying that I'm going to pick the wild card.
No, I get it. If you guys have seen the movie, then I think we should go Sicario. If you haven't seen the movie, we'll go wild card.
I'm fine with that. All
right. If any of you guys seen 12 Monkeys?
No.
I saw it years ago, like a long time ago.
Yes, I also watched it years ago.
Sounds like we're doing Sicario.
And I watched the first episode of the show.
Oh, I forgot about the show. I need to. Yeah, there's a show on Sci-Fi.
Okay, so would you guys rather do Sicario or 12 Monkeys?
I don't care. I'll go either way.
It's your movie pick.
No.
I mean,
I'll pick either.
That doesn't matter because I'm
cool.
All those movies I listed off, I'm cool with. I would rather you guys choose a movie.
I'm not opposed to rewatching 12 Monkeys. It's been a long time since I watched it. I think I remember like the end of the film, but I don't remember anything else besides that.
I mean, wild.
I just typed in Sicario and I'm looking at the top cast and like
Benicio del Toro.
I love Emily Blunt.
It's a great cast.
And Josh Brolin.
Emily Blunt's great.
Like John Bernthal's there apparently.
Oh, dude, he's the best. He's always good.
I mean,
all right, so we go Sicario.
I mean, it's your movie.
You guys choose.
That's fine.
No, I'm like I like all these movies, so like I'm happy if we watch any of them.
You know what?
Nope.
What, Todd? I'm feeling it. Double feature, baby. Sicario.
Go! Actually, pause. Can we do a 6-movie feature? I want to do Scream 1 through 6, and I just want to make you guys watch all of them. No. You guys pick between those two.
I picked double feature. I picked double feature.
We can't keep letting him get away with this.
No,
I'm just looking to see how easy it is to watch either film.
I think 12 Monkeys.
Both of those movies should be streaming.
They should be streaming.
You never know anymore though, because people pull shit all the time.
12 Monkeys is a renting situation. It looks like to me.
All right, how much?
Like whatever rent is, $3.99.
$4.
Yeah, $4. Yeah.
There's a 12 Monkeys TV show that's on Hulu.
Yes.
Okay, well there's that.
What is that? How did I never know about that? Was it good?
About a few years ago.
And Sicario.
Wow.
Sicario's on MGM Plus.
Yeah.
Sicario's on MGM Plus.
So we're fucked either way.
It looks like it's also on Amazon. It might be on Prime Video.
But I've been noticing that a lot more.
It might be one of those things where like, you need MGM Plus through Amazon. I'm gonna log in.
You can't even fucking watch movies like you have all these streaming services. You can't even fucking still get the movie.
All right. Well, somebody's
hold on a second. I'm gonna connect my cable provider. Let's see if this works.
Sicario is included with Prime.
Oh shit, Mike! You're
in the garden.
Your cable provider crashed your camera.
Yeah, Sicario is available on Prime.
Okay, so Sicario was one of the first movies I put in my fucking polls when we started doing this a long time ago. But like, you guys decide. Sicario, 12 Monkeys. Speak your piece.
I mean, I don't know what either of them are about, so like I don't care. It's your pick. So if Mike and Dom feel strongly either way, then I'll just go with that.
Yeah,
I don't feel strongly either way. I will watch either film.
I've heard good things about Sicario, but I also would like to rewatch 12 Monkeys.
I feel the same.
But have none of us seen Sicario?
That's kind of how.
No.
Just me. Yeah.
I feel like that's that's a stronger push to be like we have not all seen it. Where it's like 12 Monkeys, two of you have seen. Or 3 of you.
What is it about? Yeah. What is it about?
Oh fuck, we haven't done that in a while.
You looked up the cast though, so now it's fine.
I don't know doesn't mean anything to me. Let's see. So Sicario is Latin for sick 'em boys. So it's about this is I don't know. I don't honestly I couldn't tell you what 12 Monkeys is about either. You said it's tied to Cyberpunk. I don't
I also want you to guess what 12 Monkeys is about.
I would guess 12 Monkeys because I don't want to tell you what 12 Monkeys is about because I feel like it kind of would ruin the experience of coming into
12 Monkeys is about 12 cyborg / androids that are all have different like experiments done to them.
Now I want to watch 12 Monkeys. I'm going to watch 12 Monkeys. I'm going to make Amanda watch this.
Let's just do a double feature.
I'm not doing a double feature. I can't do it.
I'm going to go to the store and buy 12 Monkeys.
Although both movies are 90 minutes. So if that says anything.
What could Sicario does the word Sicario mean something? Is that a real word?
Yeah.
Is that a spoiler if you tell me what that word means?
I feel like I almost just told you what it was and I bit my tongue because I was like, nope, all right.
If I type in Sicario definition, is that going to spoil the movie for me in any way?
I'll tell you right now because I feel like it might, but I don't think it's.
I can't give a guess of what I think this movie is about off of a word that I don't know.
Even if you know
what
that movie's about, though, like the movie's just like great acting, great.
I think I've got some vague.
You know who the movie is?
No, I don't.
Do you know who the director is?
I shouldn't have looked at the name of the fucking definition.
Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, I don't know. It's about Sick'em Boys. It's about
away, boys.
To me, my boys.
Oh, it said Hitman, right?
It said assassin. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't think that really does much.
Yeah, so exactly, Sick'em Boys. He's fucking. He's going behind the scenes. He's getting them. We should all catch up on X-Men '97 and do a fucking spoiler cast because
I'm at episode 4, so I'm getting there.
I got some good spoilers from it.
Oh,
are
you still not? Have you still not watched it up?
I still have not gotten past the first episode. That is correct.
Dom, it took me so long to get past the first episode.
Not by a fault of the show. Just I haven't had time to sit down and like actually.
And I broke through the other day, and I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's fucking really good. I still have to watch this week's episode, but it's fucking real good. Anyways,
this episode was good.
Yeah, I'll watch it tomorrow probably.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing a double pizza. That's pretty good.
I know.
Yeah, great stuff.
So we're watching Sicario. What are we doing here? Can we lock it in? What's happening?
Yeah, we're locking in Sicario, 12 Monkeys, Todd's double feature,
and all the first 6 Scream movies.
The first 6 Scream movies. So we're just watching a fucking movie every day in May. Is that what we're doing?
Part of me like we'll go Sicario, but I feel like 12 Monkeys would be a fucking great conversation. Sicario is pretty straightforward movie, whereas 12 Monkeys is like, holy shit, what do we just watch kind of conversation. But yeah.
So where are we locking in?
Whatever you guys want. I told you guys pick. I gave you the 2 movies. I love both of them, so I don't.
All right, my pick is Sicario. Mike, what are you picking?
I don't want this to become a debate, so I'll just go with Sicario. If Brenden picks Sicario.
Don, what are you picking?
It doesn't matter. I would already be outvoted.
No, hey, Dom, if you say double feature, then I'll say double feature. That means it's tied.
Ooh, that's right.
And technically, they've both picked one of the movies. So that's like half a point and a half a point. That's 3 points.
Do the 3 of you really want to do a double feature?
I keep telling you guys, democracy just doesn't work.
12 Monkeys is 2 hours and 9 minutes.
This is how democracy dies.
Sicario. Honestly, they're both 2. I'm not watching 4 hours in May. No, Todd, you don't get 4 hours from May.
No, listen, 4 hours. I don't know many movies that are under that are. The movie.
Yo, we just watched an hour and 23 minutes, baby. I got the good quick hits. You want to make me watch 4 hours of a movie? No.
I just want you to be happy.
Can we lock it in? Can we lock in the movie?
Ask Jen about 12 Monkeys right now and ask her what she thinks. I guarantee she loves it. If she hasn't seen it, because that's like her style. It's her. I'm curious if she's ever seen it.
Which movie are you watching? Jen,
get the meatloaf.
Have you seen the movie Sicario? Have you seen the movie 12 Monkeys? Do you like 12 Monkeys? You say yes?
I like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, right.
Which one do you want us to watch? Do you want Jen to pick?
Nope. It has to be a double feature if Jen likes both of them. If Jen likes 12 Monkeys.
Again, this is why we need
I can't hear what
timestamps.
she's saying. She has not seen Sicario. She's seen 12 Monkeys. She said she
Hold on.
likes 12
I
Monkeys.
actually just caught it. Yeah, she said both. Holy shit. So that's fucking no. Honestly,
You guys
let's
can
go
watch
Sicario.
whatever two
Go
movies you
Sicario.
want to watch.
Sicario. Go Sicario.
I don't care what you
Sicario is
do.
fine. I think Sicario
It's your
makes the
pick.
most sense.
Just pick the film.
I want to pick movies that people haven't seen, so I think Sicario makes the most sense. So let's go Sicario.
All right, they're locking it in.
And
Jeez.
12 Monkeys. So double feature. Let's go, Alden.
Todd's not allowed to pick movies anymore. Todd can't make a decision.
I can't. It sucked. I still want to pick Goon, like from fucking day one, but I'm not picking Goon.
I mean, you could pick Goon. I'll watch it again.
Anyways,
Have
Yeah,
we
I
all
feel like I
seen
watched
Goon?
this
I feel like
episode,
I watched it again.
we
my
were,
wishes.
we were so tightened up to be like a breezy.
Wait, this episode was already long before we got.
It was long, but we didn't talk
This movie
about Ghost
was
in the
long
Shell that
before
long.
we started talking about the movie.
But we basically stopped talking about the movie 30 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago.
No.
It's like 10 minutes ago.
No, we're at an hour and a half right now. We were pretty
All right,
tightened
let's just
up
do
in
a
an
double
hour.
feature.
We're watching Sicario. They might also
And
watch
12
12
Monkeys.
They might also watch that. Otherwise, you can listen to us talk about Sicario at the end of May. But we end each episode with the game. And this week, it's movie game because we're talking about fucking movies. The scoreboard for the year is Dom at 20 in first place, Mike at 16 in second place, and Todd is crying in third place because I can't get any ones right. Well, maybe you can get some movie ones right tonight, Todd. Either
I
way,
missed 3 episodes this year, so leave me alone.
the way that this game works is I'll read different facts about things about a movie, whether it's the runtime, the year, blah blah blah, and the first person to guess the movie correct gets the point. Movie number 1, this 2005 rated PG-13 film, clocks in at an hour and 33 minutes. Perfect for a
Too
double
short
feature.
for Todd. Too short for Todd.
Rotten Tomatoes has this at a 9% tomato meter and
Damn.
a
Yikes.
39% audience
Okay,
score.
we're going that way. Okay.
And for reference, I don't know if you remember earlier in the show when I think it was 60 reviews and 50,000 reviews. This film has 107 reviews and 250,000 reviews.
Wow. 2005, you said?
2005.
I'm always trying to place myself in 2005. And I feel like I didn't watch bad movies back then. So it's fucking...
Rotten Tomatoes says you might also like Ultraviolet, I, Robot, Next, The Core, and Battle Los Angeles.
Is it Eon Flux?
It is Eon
Yeah,
Flux.
I was trying to.
That's fucking
I was
good.
trying. I was like, I know what this is gonna be. But I was stuck on Ultraviolet. I think I was when you said Ultraviolet, I was picturing Aeon Flux, and I forgot there were 2 separate movies.
The fact that I thought of that name that quickly because I'm mentally challenged and I can never fucking get any of these.
Because you
Aeon
fucking
Flux.
watched this. That was the one that was on MTV.
It was,
a TV
Charlize
show.
Theron.
Okay.
It was a cartoon on MTV. Like
Yes,
Yeah.
but there's a
It was
movie.
and Charlize
Yeah, it was
Theron
Charlize
played
Theron,
like the
yeah.
lead. Yeah,
All right, well, let me pull up the other one because
that never pans out. That never works when I guess that early. I'm so absolutely shocked.
That's a good
No,
call.
it was
I think
good.
if Todd sweeps, we should do a double feature. That's
Yeah, you know what? Since I got that, actually, I'm changing my
if
pick.
Todd
You guys
legit
wait, hold on.
sweeps, if Todd legit sweeps, and that's what you
doing
fucking
a double
clowns want to
feature.
fucking do. If
Tom's gonna
if
let
I
me-
catch any inkling of a throw, if I
Dom
catch
will throw
any inkling of a
and-
throw,
You know what? I'm changing my pick. Have you guys seen the movie Pixels?
if I haven't seen
I
all
have.
of you on the payload
I-
trying to push together, I'm calling a fucking a John. Okay, anyways, movie number 2. This 2013 rated R film clocks in at an hour and 49 minutes.
20 what year?
2013.
13
Did you say what it was rated?
R.
R.
Jen just,
2013 or 14?
Jen just texted me and said, "Why are you screaming? Todd's a father." 2013. Rotten Tomatoes says this film has a 64% tomato meter and a 58% audience score.
2013 is that gray zone where I just don't know where I was at that time.
Rotten Tomatoes says
Probably
you might.
smoking a doobie.
2013 says you might also like Chappie. Occupation.
Is it Elysium?
It is indeed Elysium. What the fuck?
Let's go, Todd. Todd's on fire tonight. Todd's on fire tonight.
You guys are texting him the fucking answer or something. What is happening?
No,
As soon as you said Chappie, I was like, oh yeah, what was that movie with Matt Damon?
Because that's the same director. It's the same
director. He did District 9.
The guy never made a good movie past. Elysium's not horrible, but like
I didn't care for Elysium,
District 9 is like top tier. Like Elysium's was not the follow up to that. And then Chappie was fucking trash, personally. But
I didn't watch Chappie.
Brendan's gonna try to change his pick. So
I am not changing my pick, and now I'm very nervous for the sweep. I'm very nervous.
I just want to say something though. I did not study. I'm like, oh, what are we gonna think? What do I think Brendan's brain's gonna pick this week? I'm just fucking off the cuff.
Off the cuff. He's dialed in. He's locked in. He's ready. He wants this. He wants it more than I do. I don't know.
Where did you pick that movie up from though? How would you even look to get Elysium?
Don't worry about it.
We'll find out.
Don't worry.
We'll find out.
Don't worry about it. Movie number 3. This would tie Todd in second place. You really want to let that happen? You want Todd climbing up the leaderboard?
You saw how fast he got these things. There's nothing I can do.
I'm surprised. I'm
surprised
right now.
I gotta say what I feel more.
Elysium felt like a slam dunk Mike pick for some reason.
I did not. I forgot that movie was rated R. I forgot what year it came out.
You know why that movie's so good? Because Charlito Copley's the only good part about that movie. He's a good bad guy. Fucking the guy from District 9.
All right.
The rest of the movie's kind of like whatever. Matt Damon.
Movie number 3. This 1990 blank rated R film clocks in at an hour and 36 minutes. Good runtime.
Ooh, that's tough actually. Because
what's the reason that you're not giving?
Why is Brenden blanking out the year?
This Rotten Tomatoes has this. Maybe I should change up some of the info I'm giving. This
do it.
Rotten Tomatoes is giving this a tomato meter of 21%.
Oh, I was going to say Terminator 2.
An audience score of 31%.
Okay, people didn't like this film. It came out within 1990 and 1999.
I have a guess.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a guess, though.
You might. Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to do this, even though this is what keeps burying me.
I'm trying not to ruin the streak, just in case.
This is what keeps burying me. I want
it to be natural.
Rotten Tomatoes says.
Is it Wild Wild West?
Incorrect. Rotten Tomatoes says you might also like Fortress 2, Re-Entry, Time Cop.
Ooh, classic.
Species. Brain
Is it
Scan.
Universal? Is it Universal?
I was going to say Universal Soldier. I was going to say Universal Soldier.
No.
Did I get it right?
No.
I got it right. Oh, I didn't get it right. I was so excited.
Brain Scan. And no, I'm not going to keep going. They list more now, but I'm not doing that.
Is it Demolition Man?
Incorrect.
Ooh, great guess. Oh, I should have picked that movie. You guys have probably seen that though.
I have not.
I've seen that movie several times.
Yeah.
The Three Shells.
This movie has 3 award nominations and 2 wins.
Razzies.
It is nominated for a Razzie for Worst Actor. It is nominated for 3 Genie Awards, including 1 win.
Is that? I don't even know what Genie Award is.
And it also is nominated. Oh, wait! It won the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards.
Ooh,
is it Battlefield Earth?
No.
No.
Oh,
1990 something.
It was it. What did Brendan say? He said
1990 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what was Battlefield Earth?
This is a. Actually, no. Well, we won't give the year yet. Let's keep playing. Some
It's like
games.
2002, 2003-ish.
What is the reason that he's not giving us a year?
Because he knows that's what I'm going off of.
Maybe.
Or the film has the year as part of the title.
Oh, it's Godzilla 2000.
This film,
That didn't.
according to Box Office Mojo, had a $26 million budget, and it took in worldwide $19 million when it released on May 26, 1990.
Ooh, that's going into the summertime slot too. That's a fucking huge failure.
95.
95. Oh boy, Todd would know. Todd was working at a movie theater at the time.
So 95. Where was I? Freshman year of high school, maybe? Yeah, freshman year of high school.
All right, I guess we're moving into.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I already asked this, but you say it was rated R?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe I didn't see it. Oh no, I saw it.
Oh, it's Mars Attacks.
Incorrect.
Ooh, good guess, but I feel like that was higher. It has to be higher.
It would have made more money.
You may know.
He's scared. He's scared because Todd's doing well.
I really don't want to do a double feature. I'm so busy this month.
Honestly, I think you'll like both movies. You know,
probably
like good
pick
times.
one. You may know
the
third.
Sicario.
All right, fine, Sicario.
Or a double feature.
You may know the third build actress from such films as, according to IMDb, as this movie, Starship Troopers, Saw, and Saw 2.
It's not Wild Things, is it?
Incorrect.
I feel like that movie did better in theaters, anyways.
You may know.
Wait, the first Saw. I can't remember a female actress on the first Saw.
Yeah, I can't either.
Neither.
IMDb.
Must have been one of the.
Yeah, like the two. Like the
Oh
two main
wait,
ones.
wasn't she in the first one? Wasn't Amanda in the first one?
No.
Even if she
Wait,
was, I
wait.
wouldn't know who the actress was.
You may know the director. This is a Todd layup. Todd loves directors. You may know the director, according to IMDb, from such things as this film.
Oh, okay.
The music video for REM's "The One Love." I'm sorry, "The One I Love."
Okay, I knew that's on it.
The 1987 short "Arena Brains," or one episode of 1992 "Tales from the Crypt."
And that's it. Oh, fuck, I
his
used to love that
entire.
shit.
Oh, it's
That's what
Hazard.
he's known for. That's what IMDb lists his known for as.
Is it Tales from the Crypt or Bordello of Blood?
No.
Is it Biodome?
No.
There's another Tales from the Crypt movie that I fucking loved. It's a sleeper. It's definitely a cult hit. It has fucking Billy Zane as the fucking bad guy.
I mean, I don't know anything about this movie, so I don't know if this. Like, I don't. I'm just
I think
assuming
we'll get
that
it.
I'm assuming that you are all aware of this film for reasons I won't say.
It's not Army of Darkness, is it?
Incorrect. You may know
No,
the
director is
second.
known for other things.
Yeah, you may know the second
yeah.
build.
God damn it.
You may know the second build actor from such things as this movie,
Okay.
Universal Soldier, Masters of the Universe.
Okay.
Oh,
we know
it's
who the actor is.
it's Mortal Kombat.
Incorrect.
No, it's not.
And
No.
Rocky 4.
What year? I know who the actor is. Obviously, that's easy.
Yeah.
Fucking. I was thinking.
Is it Street Fighter?
Incorrect.
No. This
Who
was
do you
like
think the
because
actor
Universal
is?
Soldier.
John
I mean,
Favreau.
I'm not gonna say it. No, it's not. I'm not gonna give it away then if you guys don't know it.
Oh.
Oh fuck, that puts me in a good spot. But we said 1995.
Yes.
I feel like this was like the tail end of his career though. Like this was like
You-
until like
You may also recognize another actor in this film. This is not top build from such things as Surviving the Game.
see.
What'd you say? Did you just? Why would you reveal information? Why are you helping them?
Sorry.
Did you guys hear what he said?
I thought I heard just the letter C, but I didn't. I wasn't
Oh,
paying attention.
okay.
I don't care.
I mean,
No,
listen, you
definitely
can give him whatever information you want, but I'm surprised. 1995's Tank Girl.
Yeah.
1991's New Jack City.
This is the second build actor.
No,
still?
this is just someone in the film.
Did you say from
The second build
Surviving the
actor
Game?
was the last person I described.
You said this actor was from Surviving the Game, or was this movie Surviving the Game?
I
Did
don't know
you
why
say-
I would tell you the name of the movie that we're doing.
No, I'm saying like you pulled a movie recently from one of the actors, and I don't know if you said Surviving the Game. Did you say that?
For this
He did
current
say that.
actor, I said this.
Okay, you did. Okay.
Yes. And the last thing it mentions is you may know this actor from 529 episodes of a long-running television show.
I already have all the actors. I don't know what the movie is right now, though. I fucking just don't.
500 episodes of a TV show?
529. Of
Then no
Law
one
and
heard me.
Order SVU.
No one heard me.
Oh, is it Johnny Mnemonic?
It is indeed Mike stealing the sweep, keeping
damn.
second place to himself. It is Johnny Mnemonic.
Who was the actor?
Yeah,
That was Ice-T.
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 Oh,
Dolph
Ice-T.
Lundgren.
Yeah,
Was
Dolph
Dolph Lundgren in it
Lundgren was
too?
the last one.
Yeah.
Dina Meyer
Yeah.
was the third build. And then, obviously, I don't
That
need
makes
to say
sense.
Keanu's name.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Is that a good movie? I mean, clearly, everything else tells
No.
me it's not a good movie. Is it like a cult movie?
I need
I
to watch it
mean-
again. I remember not enjoying it. It was entertaining, but like
I watched
it. Was not,
it. I mean, I don't know.
It's a movie.
I went down a rabbit hole of like pulling up films with cyberpunk themes. I don't know what this movie's about. I'm assuming it must have some.
That like Johnny Mnemonic is the most cyberpunk thing out of any.
Johnny Mnemonic is so weird. Like it's like a weird future where like
Remember, he has like that rope that's like a fucking like it's
remember the
very
fucking
strange.
dolphin? Do you remember the
Yes.
dolphin?
Yeah.
So like
Are you changing your pick? Are we
John-
doing Johnny Mnemonic?
No.
So
I
like
mean,
it's
I
a
don't think
future
anyone
where I don't remember why, but basically Johnny Mnemonic, Keanu Reeves' character has to carry information. Like there's information that they have to store in his brain. Like we don't have USB sticks. For some reason you have to like store the information, digital information in their brain. And the human brain apparently holds very little information. Like I've got fucking
That makes
USB
sense. That
sticks.
checks out.
Yeah. I've got my phone holds more information than they could fit in Keanu's brain. And he said travel across the country or someplace to give this information. Ice-T is there. I forget what his deal was. The US Army had a dolphin.
Yeah, I'm forgetting what Ice-T's role in that movie was because I remember watching that when I was young. Like I watched that movie when it came out to fucking VHS, whatever the fuck that was.
I watched that movie again.
That was a
like
blockbuster rental.
15, 20. That was a Netflix rental for me. I'm pretty sure I got that when Netflix would mail me DVDs.
Honestly, so no one's seen Sicario. You said right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Probably one of the best endings to a movie I've ever seen in my life.
Perfect.
I will say that.
Even more of a reason that we landed on picking that film.
Yeah, no. Like I'm cool. Like if we had to like double feature, would be cool. But like I'm going with Sicario over the two of them.
I did have to change all the movie picks tonight because
We mentioned them.
we talked
Talk
about
about
all
Matrix.
of them.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to pick The Matrix, but I was going to pick Alita Battle Angel. And I was going to pick...
I probably would have got that one because you would have been.
I forget what the other one. I was gonna pick other movies that we had mentioned, or like tangentially mentioned, and I was like, I gotta switch some of these up. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode 418. We will see you next time.